अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Okay, so we're seeing the second chapter. Okay. We thought 66 we finished? We completed 66 or what?
Swamiji, I have a question in that.
Beg your pardon?
So I have a question there, Swamiji, in 66.
Okay, so we did verse 66 last time, right? That is the
Yes,
last
yes,
one.
yes.
Okay, what is your question?
So Swamiji, what is the meaning of, so the word ayuktaha is used here, ayuktasya. So ayuktaha is used and also bhavana
Ayuktaha.
is used.
Okay.
So what
Ayuktaha.
is the meaning of these two words?
Meaning of the word ayuktaha and what else?
Bhavana.
Huh?
Bhavana. Bhavana.
नास्ति बुद्धिः अयुक्तस्य न च अयुक्तस्य भावना. Correct?
Yeah, bhavana. Yes.
Bhavana.
Bhavana and ayukta. Yeah.
Yeah. So, ayuktaha meaning a person who is not integrated, a person who is not always together. Okay? Ayuktaha. One who has not mastered himself. Yuktaha is one who has mastered himself. Ayuktaha is one who has not mastered himself. Tasya bhavana. Bhavana here means a sense of tranquility. Bhavana has various meanings, okay? Including the girl next door. But here, bhavana is used in the sense of a certain amount of tranquility that comes in. A prasannata of your mind. A poise in your mind, you know? Yeah. Because of which contemplation is easy for you. Because of which the contemplation part is easy for you. Okay? Yeah. That's what here, in this context, bhavana means. Okay. Elsewhere, it may mean other things. That's okay. We can come to that as and when the context comes up. Okay? All right. Okay. Okay. Then, on the same topic of mastery of the mind, he is going on about it. He says, Indriyanam hi charatam yan mano anudhiyate tadasya harati prajnam vayurnavami vambasi. Indriyani hi charatam. Okay. The sense organs move around in the world. The job of the sense organs is to report everything to you. I mean, and therefore, eyes, ears, etc. has to be bright and alert enough for you to hear and see things. You can't say, I don't want to see that, I don't want to see that. There is no selective vision possible or selective hearing possible, even though sometimes we turn our mind off. So that type of things don't work. We need to, what do you call, have our mind, sense organs, etc. on the go. So, charatam. Yan mano anudhiyate. Here is where the problem comes. The mind, instead of deciding what is to be done or not done, goes along with the sense organs. How? Hey, sense organ saying, nice cake. So birthday, someone sent you a cake. Hey, nice cake. Sense organs only report cake to you. Nice is your mind. It'll be tasty is your mind. Let me eat it, it's your mind. Sense data, simple sense data. Cake. Even what the taste is, that it doesn't tell you. Unless you put a bit of it in your mouth, you don't even know the taste of it. Eyes are only reporting cake. Everything else is your mental projection. So, as a sensible person, you say, okay, I can have a slice of it. What do you mean slice? Let me walk the whole thing. That is your mind being led away by some visual stimuli. That's why people try to control the stimuli. In my home, I won't keep any sweets. It may be good in the beginning to do that, but that is not a form of controlling or mastering your mind. That's not the way you master your mind. Yeah. That the stimuli can be anything, you choose what to do or not to do. It'll be very tasty. Yeah, it'll be tasty. Of course, it's cake. It's bound to be tasty. So I want to eat some. Eat some. But the cake is meant for the tongue, not for the stomach. You don't try to fill your stomach with cake. You fill your stomach with food, partly, and then have a slice of cake. That's it. So all this the mind has to do, no? You can't say I fell into a temptation. You can't say the object tempted me. The person tempted me. Your sense organs only reported what is there. Yeah. Otherwise, what you're going to put the whole world in a burqa? Woman in a burqa, cake in a burqa, chocolate in a burqa, laddus in burqa. I mean, where does it end? This is the issue. Yeah, this is the issue. Not that. Okay. Therefore, yan manaha anudiyate tadasya harati prajnam. His knowledge, culture, heritage, all that, whatever he is, harati prana. Okay. Prajnam harati. His knowledge, etc., is taken away. How? How taken away? He says, Vayor navam iva ambasi. In the ocean. Whoever is not muted themselves, please mute. I am finding it difficult to do that on my phone. I thought by now people will understand that when you are attending a lecture, you keep your audio muted. Somebody has still not muted it.
The admin can mute it from their end. I think it's Vijaya Lakshmi's mic. It's muted now. It's Swamiji now.
Sorry.
Don't say sorry, just mute. That's it. Okay. So, Prajnam Harati, Vayur Navam Iva Ambasi. In the ocean, how the stormy winds can take away a boat, not even a ship. Okay. How a boat can be carried away in a stormy sea. Similarly, your knowledge, your discrimination, your sense of what is right and wrong can be carried away. He says, sense, all this can be carried away by your mind, by how the mind plays tricks, your emotions. Mind meaning your emotion. See, the mind is one instrument inside. It's called Antakaranam. For the sake of functioning, we divide it into 2-3 sections. Your thinking mind, which very often in old English books you will use the word intellect. Your reasoning ability, your thinking. The other dimension is your emotions. Because we are human beings, we are not robots, we have emotions. And there is memory, that's also a function of the mind. And the sense of I, your concept about yourself, otherwise called ahankara. The concept of yourself that you have. So the mind has these, antakarna, the mind has all these 4 dimensions. So what happens is, the sense organs give you a stimuli. They are meant to report, they'll report. Here, this is it. Then it looks as though your emotion hijacks you. But between that stimuli and an emotion, you are not paid attention to. You are not self-aware enough to recognize that thought that is there, that value judgment you have made. Stimuli is, again back to the old example, stimuli is cake. Eyes are reporting cake. It looks very great, it looks very tasty, thought. Then the emotion comes and I want to take it, I want to, all that. We always say it's the emotion that cloud our intellect. May happen, but that emotion also came up from that thought that you had. Once there is some sense data given to you, the next step is thinking. After thinking, emotions. After emotion, desire. After desire, action or lack of it. That is the process. On anything, there is a sense data that you get. That sense data will trigger thinking. Along with the thinking, there will be emotions. Then their emotion can further back up your thinking, etc. A simple emotion. Thinking, chocolate cake. Hey, it looks very nice. Okay. You feel happy because naturally nice thing. You are pleased with it. Pleasing. The next step is desire. I want to eat it. Okay. I want to eat is a desire that has come from an emotion of appreciation, isn't it? Data, thought of appreciating, feeling happy, then desire of wanting it. Then action. Now at any stage you can intervene. You as a conscious person can intervene. Emotion, hey, it looks very nice. Yeah, it looks very nice, but it's loaded with calories. Bad for me. It'll create a sugar spike. Bad for me. Thought comes in. Thought, emotion. But before the emotion triggered a desire, thought, I can go back to thinking. This is conscious activity. I can go back to thinking and say, hey, it'll spike my blood sugar. But I still like it. Desire has come up. No, your sugar is too high. No. Thinking. Or, it's okay, your sugar is under control. Good. I have a small piece of it. Thinking. See, it's the glory of the human being is where the thinking can come in and take over. A cow sees the green grass growing. The cow also has a thought of recognition. Hey, that grass is green. It'll be tasty because I've eaten it before. The cow also feels happy about it. The cow also has a desire to do it. And the cow does it. There is no thought intervening. Only basic rudimentary thought is there. There is no conscious changing of thinking. Unless there is a fresh stimuli, The cow sees somebody with a danda standing there. Hey, that is scary. It runs away. Whereas a human being can consciously change your ways of thinking, patterns of thinking. But instead of changing patterns of thinking, we fight our emotions, we fight our desires. It won't work. You'll be carried away in a storm. In a storm of emotion and desires, you'll be carried away. Later on, he says, Nigraha kim karishyati. What can control do? So it's always, if as a human being you want to master your mind, you're thinking. Mind responds to thinking and persuasion. It does not respond to control, it rebels against control. Old teenage habits are left in the mind. Yeah, so it is not the control that works, it's the education here that works. And that intervention has to happen before the storm of emotions and desires are hijacked you. That means what? As a human being, we all have some degree of self-awareness. This has to be developed more and more. I should be very awareful of what is happening inside my mind. Yeah. Like how when you're walking on a busy road, you're very awareful of the traffic. Very awareful, no? Here. But there's a huge traffic of thoughts in your mind. Are you awareful of that? Are you alert towards that? It is this self-awareness that helps you master your mind. Then a little bit of will may come in. Will is also functioning of your head. Little will may come in. You may want to develop your will. Yeah. So that is after change of thinking. If you are using a will, it only gives you a feeling of success. If you are using your will without changing your thinking, it will frustrate you. That will become suppression, repression, etc. But if I have understood, I educated my thinking, I know the problems of this, and then I refrain, that feels, hey, I am successful. I didn't give in to any wanton emotion that came up. No. I feel good about myself. Yeah. And only human beings can do that. A dog you don't find doing that. Someone stamps on the dog's tail, stimuli, immediately bark. Who won't say, oh, this is my owner, this is my little playmate. He doesn't think, it barks. After that, other things will come. So very often human beings also behave like that. Why? That's being reactive. A human being is expected to be proactive, not merely reactive. When you are mechanically responding to a stimuli, that is a reaction without awareness. When you are awarefully responding, that is being proactive. The action may remain the same. Someone is harassing somebody. You can react and get into a fight. Or you can calmly think and still do the same thing. No, this deserves my intervention. These people should be taught a lesson. Good, intervene. But now you are not reacting to it, you are responding out of choice. Huge difference between the two. Whatever the result, that is prasada buddhi ishvara arpana. So here is where that thing comes in, okay? Vayur navam pasi. Then he says, Tatsmad yasya mahabaho nigrihitani sarvashah indriyani indriyebhyasya tasya prajna pratishtataha. Tasmad, therefore, yasya mahabaho, he mahabaho, yasya, whose, indriyani nigrihitani sarvashaha, whose sense organs are always mastered, sarvashaha, always mastered, from indriyebhyaha, with respect to the sense stimuli that comes in. Mastered is this thing. Tasya prajna pratishtita, his thinking is not going to go haywire. His knowledge is not going to be hijacked. Why? What is hijacking you? What is hijacking your knowledge of the truth in the world? This is with respect to that he is talking. You know your limitless consciousness. What is hijacking it? Your old patterns of behavior, isn't it? You remember that old example again? This hijacking. Remember the story I have always said? There was this beggar in the Chambur marketplace. 30 years he has been a beggar. He has not known any other life. We are all like that. We are living as an individual. We are not begging from each other, we are begging from God, that's all. Oh God, give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that. Beggars only at heart, feeling less. I have a little bit, but I mean it's so much more. Have we known any other life? This is all the life we have known. So this beggar won a lottery ticket. Bumper lottery, Diwali bumper, 11 crores. So after all the taxes, this, that, etc., he still had 6 crores in hand. So for about 2.5 crores, he brought a flat in Bombay. You get a nice two-bedroom flat in Chambur with about 2.5 crores. If you move a little bit here and there, you'll get even bigger houses. Okay, but nice. Plus the remaining money he has. Invested well, he is living comfortably. He is no more a beggar. And as a new rich gold watch, some rings, etc., new clothes, new watch, new flat, new car, new wife. Sorry, same woman, but now officially married wife. Of course, now I want middle class morality and middle class acceptance. Then one day he wanted to show off to all the vegetable vendors who used to shoo him away. You know, the food vendors, etc., vada pav walas who used to shoo him away when he comes there. He wanted to show them now, hey, मैं सेठ बन गया हूँ. So he takes his car almost up to the market. Little bit short, he has to stop. There's no place to go. And he wants to walk around in the market with all his clothes and his gold chain and everything. And there is a temple there. And in that temple, someone was distributing laddus for the poor people. It was Thursday evening. Okay. Distribution free. 30 years ka experience hai over the head of all those characters. His hand goes first. And the guy drops the laddu in his hand. He drops the laddu, sees all the rings, sees that gold watch. Looks at him. Huh? Why are you? This is meant for the poor, huh? Not for you. Now suddenly what happened? Quietly moves back, gives the laddu to the person sitting next to him and slips away. What happened? Tasya harati prajnam vayorivar bhasi. Prajna got carried away by your habitual behavior, by old patterns of thinking, old patterns of behaving. How can that go? Strengthen your knowledge. Deepening your knowledge, strengthening it. Pavanah punyena shravanam kuryat. The Upanishad says that. Punah punah, again and again. Pavanah punyena means again and again. Okay, punah punah. Listen to the truth, understand it, meditate upon it until it soaks into yourself. Strengthen this. By saying, I should not do it, I should not do it, the guy is going to feel guilty. He has to get comfortable with his richness. No? The idea that I am a rich man, he has to get comfortable with that. Yeah, he is not comfortable with that yet. It is not sunk. It has not sunk in. If it has not sunk in, old habits will take over. So why is he focusing so much on the desire and that physical control? Because all of us are born with a sense of finitude. Jiva means beggar, okay? A sense of finitude. Kuch nahi hai yaar. And correct also, na? You came with nothing, empty handed. You came like that. That's a different thing that you came here, you found everything is taken care of. It's like the jiva comes, like how you will go to a 5-star hotel. If you are going to go and stay in a chhatralaya or something, then what? You will have to take your bedding, you will have to take your hold all. That olden times, I think older people will remember. We used to have a hold all for traveling. All agram bagram stuff, your bedding and all agram bagram stuff could be put there. What doesn't fit into your suitcase will fit into the hold all. Okay. So all that. And you'll also have a bucket and a chambu and a mug and everything. So that, because you are going to stay in a chhatralaya, you will need all this. Supposing you are going to stay in a 5-star hotel, what do? Do you even bother to carry your toothbrush? It's provided. Toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, this, that, everything is provided. You don't have to carry those things. Like I went to Calcutta, I knew where I was staying. So I went with a backpack. And people were asking, that's all the luggage you have? I said, yeah, that's all the luggage I have. Small backpack. Aur kya chahiye? Couple of changes. I was there for 2 days, 2 changes of clothes. That's it. Aur kya? So similarly, you come into the world with a small backpack called this body. Okay. That's all you need, because everything is provided for. This is not a 5-star hotel, this is an all-star hotel. You could look at the sky in the night. It's an all-star hotel. The Lord's all-star hotel, you are coming in. But we are coming in with a beggarly heart. Like how some people will go to the 5-star hotel, start flicking combs, shampoo bottles, soaps, bathroom. What are you doing? You'll be amazed at how many people do this, including some known celebrities. And some of them have a reputation for it. So the hotel knows when these people are coming that they will take away all these, so that extra charges are put into the bill automatically. Yeah. So we also come to this life with a feeling of beggarliness. I'm finite, I need this, I need that. And how do we try to fulfill it? Through our desires. We get sense stimuli. Hey, that is nice. If I get that, I'll be happy. If I get that, I'll be full. So all we know is this pattern of behavior for lifetimes. Not 30 years, 30 lifetimes. And suddenly you come to a Vedanta class and hear you are Ananda, etc., etc. That is correct. That sounds very logical. That is true. I got a glimpse of it. Fine. Then what happens? My old beggarly mind is still active, no? My heart is still feeling beggarly, it is not feeling that fullness yet. Therefore, some little discipline to overcome that old patterns of behavior. Therefore, mastery of the mind, etc., some discipline, some this thing, to reach your full potential as a human being first, before you can get the freedom of a wise person. As a human being. Hey, mind listens to me, I don't listen to the mind. Okay? If I have emotions which are not healthy, I will change it by changing my thinking. Unhealthy behaviors, I know how to master, I know how to stop that without any problems. There's a little struggle, because beginning, thoda struggle hai, but it's okay, it can be done. So when I do that, and then I am exposed to the knowledge at the same time, it just sinks in. Old patterns of behavior don't hijack me. I don't get hijacked by the old patterns. After that, what will happen? Psychologists will say old patterns can never go away. Let it remain. You may enjoy a cake, you may enjoy a chocolate, you may enjoy something bitter. Put it both together, bitter chocolate. Great. But when you want it, no? You don't have to worry, you don't keep it in the house. It's always there in the fridge, in my case. Okay? Kids come, they enjoy it. First thing, some of the kids who come regularly here, they know. And they'll be looking at me. I say, go, open the fridge. It's there. Right there on the top shelf. Okay. Uncle, you saw me, uncle, you don't want one. I eaten one after lunch, I'm fine. Go. So, where does old pattern behave after that? It just remains as a preference. Yeah. Sometimes even the preference goes away. I've been always saying the preference remains. Sometimes even the preference goes away. Like when I went to Calcutta this time, they asked, Swamiji, what would you like for breakfast? I was scratching my head. I said, whatever is there, what can your kitchen provide? I mean, what can your kitchen provide? I'm happy. I was staying with the Calcutta students here, they call this man Tomu, great host. He'll kill you with his love. Yeah. Yeah. His whole kitchen is at your service, like that. I was staying in his guest house. He has a guest house with multiple halls and everything. I was staying there. So he had put one person. Okay. Jenna, आप स्वामी जी का ख्याल रखने का. You should take care of him. Whatever he wants, give it to him. So Jenna came, what do you want? I said, whatever. क्या भी किचन में क्या है वो बना देना. स्वामी जी सब कुछ है इधर. आप क्या चाहिए बोलिए. Now I am scratching. What is my preference? I don't know. Yeah. I said, give me a few suggestions. I will choose. क्या है? Then he thought I am from Bombay, therefore Maharashtrian. पोहा बनाओ. हाँ पोहा बना दो. Are you getting the idea? Sometimes even the preference goes away because you've eaten so much of varieties of stuff, you really don't know. Sometimes the preference remains. Sometimes the preference remains also. समझिए, what do you like in sweets? पूछने का बात है. Yeah, all my students know what I like. Sometimes preference remains, sometimes it goes away. Does it matter? If you have come to a stage where it doesn't matter, then it is only a preference. If it matters, thoda or the knowledge has to work into you. That's all. It's not a self-judgment, it's just a self-evaluation to see where you are and what you can do about it. It is not the... Now I have given very simple examples. Chocolate, cake, this, that, etc. The same thing is applicable for anything. As a child, this person collected stamps. Stamp collecting. Why? Because I got so many countries' stamps. I got 50 countries' stamps. Oh, okay. When he grew up, he became an industrialist. Now what is he doing? I'm collecting different industries, I'm taking over. The wanting heart is the same, no? Stamps have been replaced by industries. I am giving a huge, different example, but it is the same thing. No, now I am collecting paintings. Each painting of mine is worth at least 5 crores. What are you doing? As a kid, you looked at the stamps and felt good about yourself. As an adult, you're looking at all the paintings and feeling good about yourself. Has that changed? Because of your standing in life, what you collect has changed. But your wanting heart is a wanting heart. That doesn't change. Yeah. So that is the focus on here. Change the wanting heart. How can you change a wanting heart? A wanting heart will remain a wanting heart by discovering the fullness that you are. That's why the focus is always on knowledge, on self-discovery, self-knowledge. What is it that you really are? You are that limitless consciousness. So your self-judgments go away. That I am like this only, I am this much only, I am a wanting being. And somebody will turn around and ask, but Swamiji, we are functioning in society. So what? You are the limitless consciousness, Ananda, playing roles in societies. What role do you want to play? Play. You can play all roles. No? What is the problem of playing roles? It's just a role. You know, olden time Hindi movies, only Hindi movies, I've seen this even in South films. Every hero wanted to play the role of a beggar and bring out all the nuances of a beggar. Why? Because he knows he's a rich man, he's never going to be a beggar. He's got enough. Even tomorrow if he stops acting, he is not going to be a beggar. He's a rich man. Therefore now the opposite role he can play and bring out all the nuances. Nobody can beg like how I can beg. Yeah. And those days, olden times, every heroine wanted to play the role of a call girl. She's not going to be a call girl. She's never a call girl. That's not her value system. She's a decent human being. But play that role to bring out all the negative side of it. Negative roles are interesting. You know? I know this actress very well. She grew up down my road. Vidya Balan. Yeah. And she tells me, you know, when I played the role of Silk Smita, I learned to drop all my inhibitions. I was typical South Indian girl, middle class South Indian girl. She wanted to play something completely opposite of what she is. You are Ananda, limitlessness. Now you are playing the role. Once you gain this knowledge, you are playing the role of the opposite of what you are. You are a limited human being. You are in a relationship. You tell the person, I love you, I want you, I need you. All that you say, role. Yeah. Please, don't tell your partner in life, I'm Ananda, I don't need you. That'll be the end of your marriage, okay? Unless she has the maturity to understand, she or he has the maturity to understand, hey, you can love without a need. That takes a lot of maturity to reach that stage. Yeah. Because Ananda is a sense of fullness, of joy, of fulfillment. That in a relationship will be nothing but love. Unconditional love. Acceptance which doesn't demand anything. Yeah. Which doesn't demand anything out of you. That is the love you will have. Yeah. So, any role playing is not an issue. You can happily continue with all your roles in the society, or you can drop certain roles, or you can play only one role. Whatever you choose, it's not an issue. That beggarliness of a jiva is gone. Most people don't reach there, it takes time. Only students of Vedanta reach there. Others don't reach there. That's why in Tamil, the spiritual influence was high. I mean, I'm sure in every culture it is high. Because my teacher was from Tamil Nadu and we used to travel in Tamil Nadu a lot, I picked up a few things there also. There is a nice folk song that goes like this, Okay. Andava Natlu Randi. In the garden of the Lord, there is a beggar. Andi is a beggar. Kondu Vandanuru Tondi. He brought a pot. That pot is this, okay? That's why in time all of us, we have a pot where our abs should be. So, Kondu Vandanuru Tondi. Then what should you do with it? Nalaru Masam Kodava Nayatandi. He prayed to the potter, to the great potter, for 6 and 4 months, lunar months, okay, 6 and 4 months. And he got a hold of this pot. He waited so long for this pot. The Jiva in the cosmos, the garden of the cosmos, got a body. Now what are you supposed to do with this pot? Fill it with water of knowledge. But what did he do? Kutadi, Oduchudantandi. He played drugs and drank with it and broke it up. That's all he did. Classical. This is most people's lives. Most people's life. Now, Swamiji, I have achieved a lot in my life, What have you achieved? You remember that old poem we read in school? I am Osman Dyer's King of Kings. Look on my work, ye mighty, and despair. This is a statue in the desert. And there, on the base, this is what is written. I am Osman Dyer's King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. None of you will be able to do what all I have done. And this traveler looks around. All that he sees is sand and wasteland, nothing else. What have you achieved? What have you achieved? What's the big achievement we are talking about? I brought down the pound, the value of the pound, Soros speaking. Yeah, but now you have got one leg in the grave. England will survive, you will not. Yes, you played your tricks and you brought down the value of the pound. Now you are trying some stunts in India. You are trying some stunts in India. But it's not working. It didn't work. You tried to replace the government. Yeah, it didn't work. You got some success in Bangladesh. How long will it last? Yeah. Before someone else intervenes. How long will it last? Luckily, he's not in India. Otherwise, the Waqf board would have claimed his house also as our property. So, what is the achievement that we have had? We still, the heart is beggarly, na? Get it? Achievement, but it's a beggarly heart. I mean, he is very rich, phenomenally rich. He wields power, this, that, etc. Everything is there. Why are you bothered about a small nation somewhere else? Let them be, na. Live and let live, na. You be whatever miserable, this, that, etc. I am like, no. I want to get my sense of power. I will help the state, deep state, to get this thing. Where does it end? It ends with you having a heart attack and landing in the hospital with all tubes and this and dying miserably. That's all it ends with. It is said, Muhammad of Ghazni, who looted half the world and a lot from India, when he died, great conqueror, no? What has he achieved? I mean, what are the modern characters achieved? At the most, they become the prime minister or the president of a country. That's all, nothing more than that. No? Have they conquered like how Muhammad of Ghazni, Jahang, all these people do? They didn't do that. Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan empire was much bigger than the Roman Empire. Anyway, they had some achievements. Muhammad of Ghazni, when he was dying, he got his people to keep all the jewelry and the gold and the diamonds and the rubies and all the thing. So he could watch it. And he kept lamenting, I can't take it with me. I have to leave it here and go. Somebody else will take all of them. The historical records are available, okay, of this. Yeah, historical record. But you'll have to look at it in Arabic or Urdu. You won't get it in English. Okay? Their historians have recorded that he died like this. Saying, Ya Allah, main kya karu? What can I do? I can't take this with me. Correct? Eh? That's why that Qawwali is there, na? Mushti bandkar aane wale haath phaila kar jayega. You're born with your fist closed. But when you go, your hands are open. Yeah. Beggar you are, beggar you are. Until you get this knowledge, this how lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, this is your lot. Yeah. Until you gain the knowledge. And then you are Ananda. Play any role you want. Yeah. Play any role you want. Win or lose and live or die. Kya farak padta? What difference does it make? You are neither born nor you are dying. You are not a beggar. You are Ananda Swarupaha. Abhi kya hai? Play the game of life. Have fun. If you can change something for the better for other people, do that. If you can't be happy, Mauni Baba bankar baith jao kidhar bhi. What difference does it make? So my Guru's personal advice, and I have to, mine too, would be, those who know should teach. Otherwise, those who don't know will start teaching. But be sure that before you start teaching, you know. That's another important thing. I've seen people downloading things from the internet and starting to teach. That's okay for software, this, that, etc. Okay, not for Vedanta. Yeah. So this is it. You're free. You're fine. You got your life made. Yeah. Even though your life may be very simple, maybe people may even look down upon you because your life is so simple. You're not achieved success in their eyes. In their eyes, you're not achieved success. That doesn't matter. That is their eyes. No? What do you feel about your life? Yeah. I mean, what is success anyway is a relative thing. I told you all the story now when I was doing their corporate training about priorities, etc. in life. And I defined success as one who has achieved all his priorities. Relatively. Absolute success is only one who knows the truth. Relatively. And I found there was a vice president. First day he sat in my workshop. And I talked about it, and he comes and tells me, Swamiji, I want your blessings. I have so much of priorities to fulfill, so much of hopes and dreams. I said, be careful, you're talking about your hopes and dreams, not of your priorities. Go back and check look at the slides I have given you, handouts I have given you. Yeah, I'll do that. And the last day was his junior most. His PA was there, personal assistant, executive assistant. Now you will call them executives. Elderly man reaching retirement. I said, what are your priorities? Swamiji, you have taken care of everything. I have my savings for my retirement, invested well. They have grown enough to take care of my life. My daughter is married, happily settled. My son is joining this company as an engineer. Okay. And I said, what are you going to do? You're retiring at 60, you have another 20 years at least in front of you. 20, 30 years you have. In where I come from, they study English, but their English conversation is poor. because they don't talk in English. So I am going to help them have English conversations. And one or two small things I learned from you, I will teach them. So I gave my whole bunch of my workshop papers. I said, whatever you can use out of this, use. Let the kids grow up with some positive inputs. Use it. But you don't mind, you're giving away all your... I said, this is meant for the world. Knowledge is meant for the world. Now look at it. That vice president is much more successful in the society's eyes compared to this man, his own executive assistant. But he is successful in life. He has got it made. Only one step left for him. He asked me, Samji, do you think anything more is there in my life? I said, don't you feel the need for something more? He said, yeah, sometimes I do. I said, it's a spiritual learning. You come from a place where this learning is available. Go, learn the Geeta. Learn the Upanishad. Okay. So I will teach all this English speaking and everything, and I learned. So my life will be full. I said, exactly. He's got another 20, 30 years, no? To make it. Yeah. So, success is a relative term. Yeah. Compared to the vice president, the CEO of the company is more successful. Compared to the CEO, the owners are more comfortable. Though I respect that CEO more than the owners in that particular company. Because I know the owners, I know the CEO. The CEO is a person of achievement, of capabilities. The owners are not. Owners don't have leadership. The company survived because of the CEO. He had the leadership. So, this is what your life is. Material success is endless. No? I mean, right now, symbol of success, one-way trip to Mars available. I can send you to Mars, but I can't bring you back. I wish I could put all the terrorists in his flights and send them off. Let them go and fight each other in Mars. I mean, tomorrow will be Venus. We don't know for sure. 20 years back, we thought we are going to colonize the moon by now. But 2 years back, we are making videos how to wash your hands. Due to COVID. So what is progress? What is success? God knows. Revade, this is life. You make your life pleasant, manageable, comfortable, whatever. And you know the truth. Yeah. That's why Kabir said that. You know? Sai means a Lord, okay? And Sai itna dijiye jisse sukh safai. Oh Lord, give me enough so that I can live a comfortable life. We all ask for that, no? But then he defines what is comfort. Hum to bhooka na rahe, sadhu bhi bhooka na jaye. I won't remain hungry, and the poor man who comes to my door asking for alms, I have something to give him also. For him that is enough. For us, we may need a 4-bedroom house and a couple of cars. That's okay. Somewhere you have to draw the limit. Somewhere you have to draw the limit. No, Swamiji, I want limitlessness. A limitlessness, that is yourself. Discover it. You will get it. Limitless is not out there. Though the whole world looks limitless. But you will get it only when you know yourself. Taram Ananda. Swamiji, after I am Ananda, what next? What next? Go and have a cup of coffee or kya? What else do? Good place to stop. Past 6? Okay. Om Tat Sat.